That whole party was weirdoed out. And it was Jada Pinkett. What?
It was just a really dark time. Furthermore, that entire party was crackpot out, and it was Jaden picking it what it was only a truly dim time I need out. And I realized I needed to make it seem to be a mishap while all open eyes are on Diddy. Jada Pinkett Smith wishes to be back at the center of attention, such a lot of that she happened to new cringy connections to embarrass her better half. She has, of late, admitted to something very stunning that might cost Will his whole vocation and future charging that the entertainer party participated in a provocative experience and has evidently been having an unsanctioned romance with Diddy. For quite a while, this Diddy circumstance has been unimaginably muddled, yet Jada's disclosure adds an entirely different wind. Nobody guessed that she would freely recognize something of this nature. Prepare yourself, since this disclosure is going to work up a ton of tumult. It actually can leave a specific engraving upon you. And surprisingly, hearing those accounts are difficult. Jada Pinkett Smith had taken a break from the embarrassing episodes coordinated voluntarily lately. Manny had trusted she was making a fresh start, stopping this public humiliation of her significant other. Anyway, she amazed everybody by multiplying down on it. She indicated reality behind the conversations about Diddy's oddity offs, and that the supposed exercises likewise elaborate her significant other Will well. We previously had tales coursing about Diddy and Will having a relationship that stretched out past simple companionship. It turned into all the rage reasonable given their unmistakable situations in the business. These hypotheses about Will's undisclosed side conflicted with the public view of his clearly phony union with Jada. Being hitched for around 25 years, they've had their portion of promising and less promising times. Everything began when Jada's adventure unfurled, uncovering the intricacies inside their marriage, breaking the unblemished picture they once projected. How long have you all been together? 23 years. Wow. It was during this time that bits of gossip built up some momentum about Will, perhaps having a surreptitious existence with different men and involving Jada as a cover. Individuals addressed why Jada could have wandered. These bits of gossip strengthened, energized by claims that Will's past union with Sherry Zampino finished because of a troubling occurrence where she probably got him with another man. Also, others like Trisha Pps blamed Will for constraining male artists into close circumstances, revealing insight into an alternate part of his supposed way of behaving. While tossing pokes at Jada in her video, she expressed, "What about stress over your little girl being sleeping at 13 with her 20-year former sweetheart? What about stress over your effing duping spouse effing one of my male artists when they would have rather not?" And afterward, there's the story from Panther Wright, who unveiled insights regarding Will's alleged treacheries, and he was catching youthful male entertainers in his home, things in their home, and young fellows have gone out shouting to move away from them in their mentorship. The new disclosures about Will supposedly making trouble men infer another well-known individual who confronted openness for purportedly damaging his better half. In all honesty, music tycoon Diddy, the way that Diddy and Will have been companions for a really long time, adds a considerably murkier layer to this whole situation. It's difficult to disregard the apparently too unintentional timing of both Diddy and Will being involved in contentions, including more youthful people. Reports surfaced during this examination, recommending that Diddy was under government investigation for purportedly captivating and cozy relations with underage young men, including a portion of the celebs he has been coaching. Quiet Plants basher Dark August, the only one it remained, and I surmise he was truly debilitated. He really wanted the assist with Night. Diddy's protector Gay Bargain has repeated comparative feelings, guaranteeing that numerous inside the business know about Diddy's activities, his endeavors to draw in different men in personal experiences, and affirmed occurrences including different people. The gathering of such stories alongside Diddy's supposed history of concerning circumstances, including young fellows, brings up genuine issues about expected secret associations between these occurrences. As Ganale admitted, there was even a spot when these tricks were occurring. I realized I ought to hang tight beyond Turkish showers for him. You understand what they do in a Turkish shower? That is where a ton of arrangement men meet, and they all clean up together whatever floats his boat. However, right, given Will's persevering relationship with bits of gossip about his direction, he's become practically meaningful of these doubts. And it seems to be these two famous celebs are known for their excruciating and sickening mentorship the entire day I was with young me. So when I got out and you realize it was a one of a kind encounter. I believe everyone's experience shapes them. As of now, fans are not generally shocked seeing another piece of discuss Will Smith and his snares, particularly coming from his better half's mouth, as one individual, remarked Jada, emerging with everything come on individual. She's likewise an oddity. And one more client added first. I was Smith's ally, yet presently Smith is most terrible. That is the reason he and leave. Jada John Bargain reviewed numerous episodes where he was told to monitor an entryway, seeing Diddy and another man leaving the room stripped, something he wasn't educated about yet. Seen firsthand Cassie, who looked for the enormous dark and she was looking for the large dark for herself, as well as for another person who we as a whole realize that was in the room with her anyway. The situation starts to get interesting as it's not just around two people independently exploring the stealth scene of Hollywood. There's hypothesis about a possible cooperation between the two, proposing a path of their mysterious exercises together. While Will fervently battled against the gossipy tidbits about being on the down low because of his union with Jada herself, at last uncovered that she and Will had furtively been residing independently, been carrying on with discreet lives for a lengthy period before their authority split in 2016. Was that in 2016, you and Will concluded that you planned to Rory on with totally different lives. Reports have circled guaranteeing that the two men are involving ladies, as covers youthful Miami may be going about as a facial hair growth wife for Diddy. This builds up the possibility that whatever was blending among Diddy and Will had been progressing for a long while, conceivably stewing underneath the surface. Yet it doesn't stop there. Charges surfaced asserting that Will was engaged with a shocking issue with entertainer Dwayne Martin during a meeting. He professed to have seen Will and Dwayne participating in personal exercises in Dwayne's changing area. I opened the entryway of Dwayne's hotel, and that is the point at which I saw Martin Dwayne having butt-centric sex with Will. There was a couch, and Will was hanging over the lounge chair, and Dwayne was getting up. Much seriously frightening that this supposed issue among Will and Dwayne Martin appears to fail to measure up to the purportedly full-on freak fest that was, as far as anyone knows, participated in with Diddy. She said it's an oddity off meeting, assuming that she say it's an oddity off segment sibling. She ain't the only one mother loving off this infers an example of outrageous contribution with various people causing what is going on, progressively perplexing and questionable. That new disclosures from Cass's claim to have revealed insight into a few extreme and upsetting subtleties, proposing that her cases weren't unmerited. Also, Jada Pinkett Smith, Will's better half, has offered expressions that seem to help the claims in regards to Will's supposed contribution in exercises. Oh, I'm going into something psycho here. You know it resembles everything's insane. So what in regards to Diddy and his guardian qualities of relations? It appears they weren't fiddling, they were profoundly dug in extensive and extraordinary oddity meetings that traverse days. Protector has been blunt in sharing subtleties, asserting that Diddy wasn't simply a spectator yet, a functioning member in these experiences. Incredibly, he guaranteed that Diddy even gave Cassie an agenda of inclinations for these meetings, not so much for her, but rather for himself. He claimed that Diddy got delight from watching Cassie participated in these experiences, even purportedly organizing and guiding them. That young lady ain't like nothing that she ain't lie about. Absolutely no part of that. Do you have any idea about the things she's going through? She understand what she will go through until the end of her life. The aim recorded by Cassie included troubling subtleties. She asserted the music magnate would frequently participate in a dream of his called voyeurism, which included having closeness with male laborers while cum satisfied himself, shot and took photographs. Ventura additionally said that she took substances provided by comms at these occasions, since they permitted her to disassociate during these horrendous experiences. In addition, the regulations detailed that Diddy recorded these experiences specifically, coordinating the scene by changing lighting and utilizing numerous gadgets like his telephone, PC, and tablet. This proposes that he regarded these experiences as an individual task, demonstrating an upsetting degree of control and control, cause he know whether he do anything and it returns to him. It's LUW, the case is from an insider recommending that J. Pinkett Smith accepts her better half Will and Diddy were personally involved and possibly participated in these oddity offs have surely caused a stir. Supposedly, there's a conviction that these gatherings that two regularly visited could have been settings for such exercises. It's positively an unforeseen turn for Jada to apparently examine her significant other's confidential life, in open particularly corresponding to such delicate issues. Diddy is confronting genuine kickback right currently being dropped by the entirety of his accomplices, and Will Smith might follow after accordingly, yet I surmise Jada is only searching for constant iteration as consistently. She has been engaged with episodes that uncovered and humiliated her significant other, openly making appear to be practically routine for her to air their own issues. I take a gander at it now, and I go, what in the world?